It's about that time of day again here, boys and girls. Welcome back, welcome back. My name is Joseph James. Welcome to your nightly newsletter for July 30th, 2014, the 30th day. No, not the last day of the month. We got one more day, 31 days in the month of July, but almost finished with the month of July. Boy, happy Fed Day to you. Did we all survive it? I've got all my 12 fingers and toes. I got both eyes. Okay, I think I'm all here. Nobody's bleeding. Nobody's crying. Everybody's still alive. I hope you took my advice and traded carefully here this afternoon. And I also hope you took my advice and got short on that crude, right? If it was any easier than that, it would have been stealing, right? Back down to $100 a barrel. What a fantastic session we had today. Excitement from start to finish. Boy, what didn't happen today, right? That'd be a shorter list. We had earnings season, of course, moving things around for the E-minis. GDP, FOMC today, that big monster winner on crude. Whew, we had contract rollover on gold, and now we shift to non-farm payrolls on Friday. Holy Christmas, what a Wednesday we had. Oh, that's right, we had inventories today too, didn't we? What a great day. Guys, hope you had a great Wednesday, hump day here during the week here, middle of the week. Going into the end of the month of July, we have a jam-packed nightly newsletter in store for you here this evening. 3 things here tonight. First, we'll talk about what happened today. Second, we'll talk about what we have on schedule for tomorrow. We got a Thirsty Thursday tomorrow. And of course, third, we're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to grab those charts and get ready for 3 strategies: up, down, and sideways, right? By the end of this newsletter video tonight, you will know exactly what happened today. You'll know exactly what's in the schedule for tomorrow and what you need to be paying attention to. And of course, you will be ready, locked and loaded, helmet on, seatbelt fastened, and be ready for whatever this market throws at you on Thursday going into August 1st. All right, guys? Now, before we jump in and look at our charts here for today, I do want to remind you, you know what I'm going to say, right? Make sure you're watching this video today over on our blog at sidewaysmarkets.com. Do not accept any imitations, right? There's only one School of Trade. There's only one Sideways Markets. I know there's a bunch of little JJ Juniors out there on YouTube these days. You can spot a fake a mile away. You guys know that from now on, right? So head over to sidewaysmarkets.com. Accept no imitations. How do you get there? If you're watching this video on our blog right now, you're already there. If you're watching this video on some other website or our YouTube page, there'll be a link below the video on our YouTube page. We'll take you over here to Sideways Markets. There are 3 important reasons why I want you guys to head over here to sidewaysmarkets.com. Numero uno, right below the video today, there's a link. I've got some special bonus charts for you guys to download here today. I'm not going to have enough time in just this short period of time in the video to go through all the charts. So what I'm doing is I'm putting bonus charts, which you can download by clicking that link right below the video. If you're a member with me, I want you to bring those charts with you to tomorrow's trade room so we can get back to trading again together tomorrow in the trade room at 8 a.m. Eastern time, right? Number 1, download the charts. Number 2, upper left-hand corner, we get a free pass for you. I get a free pass to come out and attend my live trade room as a guest. Why? Because you might be wondering, how did I know that this price would go down to 100 on crude? How do we profit from this stuff? How do we make profit every day in our trade room by using the material we discuss in our newsletter? That's a great question. I would love to share this with you in real time. Monday through Thursday afternoons, we open up our live trade room. I get a session for you tomorrow afternoon. Take me up on that offer, guys, for the free pass. Upper left-hand corner. I promise I will not let you down. And the third thing here, right? Numero tres. Lower left-hand corner. I've got a special email list here going for only my nightly newsletter. That way you don't have to hang around the blog all afternoon. You don't have to reload the YouTube page over and over again. You don't need to call the office about the newsletter, right? You'll get an email from me once the newsletter goes out. Usually goes out just before 8 o'clock Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So 3 things here. 1, download the charts as well as your bonus charts right? Kind of like getting a prize in the Happy Meal, right? You know, kind of like getting an extra prize in the Happy Meal. I shouldn't say that though. McDonald's is dealing with some tainted food right now, right? As if newsflash, right? McDonald's, they shouldn't even call it food. They should just call it plastic, cardboard, pipe cleaners, right? Motor oil, right? I mean, it's not food. Anyways, bonus charts there below the video. And of course, you got your free pass, right, to attend your live trade room. Yeah, don't eat that McDonald's stuff, guys, right? Spend your money at local establishments. Support your local community. Buy small business. And third, no offense to Ronald McDonald out there. Third, or should I say no offense to Monsanto out there. Third, I've got my nightly newsletter mailing list. Give me your name and email address, and I'll shoot you over an email once the newsletter is posted. All right, JJ, get on with it, man. Let's get some charts going up here. All right, seatbelts fastened. Did you stretch? Yeah, I stretched out here too. Now, first of all, what happened today? Let's talk about what happened today. Well, first of all, called that nasty winner on crude. Boy, this was, like I said, anything easier, and they'd be slapping some cuffs on me right now, right? Anything easier than this, it would have been stealing. Easy money here on crude. Now again, you would think websites like CNBC or Bloomberg, right, they give you direction, right? But give a call over there to Bloomberg and tell them, hey, give me the exact entry and the exact exit. Because that's what we do here at School of Trade. Exact entry, target. And as I'm typing this right now, it's actually even lower than that right now, boy. Darn, man, what a huge move lower. 24 hours ago, I gave you a heads up on this short 18 hours in advance. Don't tell me I didn't warn you on this, all right? You know what I'm talking about, guys. And don't take my word for it. Go back, watch last night's newsletter, make me prove it to you. Don't believe the first thing out of my mouth here today, although you should, right? But not until you go back and watch that newsletter from last night. You'll see exactly what I said. Getting short on crude, big winner, over $2,000 per contract on that short, and we called that baby last night, right? Very easy money there on the crude. A little happy birthday from JJ at School of Trade. Second thing that happened today, GDP, huge number out of GDP today. They were expecting 3%, they got 4%. Okay, just in case you're wondering, that's a pretty big deal. Expecting 3% GDP? No. We mean 4% GDP for the second quarter. Incredible, remarkable improvement there on GDP. That really was the big headline news today, right? GDP was really the big headline news. The FOMC statement was it was kind of a sleeper. We hadn't heard much more, or we didn't hear anything new. A very dovish report today. Remember, doves mean lower rates. Hawkish means higher rates, right? I always think of it as hawk, H, higher, right? So when somebody says the FOMC was dovish today, all right, what that means is hawkish, no, not hawk-itch, right? What kind of newsletter is this, right? Hawkish would mean higher rates. I always think of it as H, right? H, higher, hawk, higher. Easy way to remember it, right? Dovish, of course, means lower rates, right? So Janet Yellen, right, my gal, right? She should be your gal too. Gotta love her. Our Fed chairperson, right, Janet Yellen, she has been talking about mid-2015 before they even think about raising rates. They reiterated that again today in the FOMC announcement. Left the rates unchanged, obviously, and a very dovish, right, FOMC announcement today. So really not a lot kind of new added in there today from the FOMC announcement. Left rates unchanged, dovish report. I think the most interesting thing, though, was that they made comment about how the labor market was, what was the word? It was underutilized, right? Right, you know, kind of like we're cattle, you know what I mean? Well, it's really what it is, you know. If you're the president of our country, it's like being the owner of a business, right? The employees are your citizens. You want to get them to work, right, to be able to maximize our potential here. So she did mention, though, I shouldn't say she, this of course was the overall announcement, mentioned the labor force being underutilized. Maybe, just a maybe maybe they'll stop beating up on us small business owners and give us a chance to hire some people. Just a thought. I know. I'm just a lonely old day trader trying to run my business over here. I'll tell you right now, though, it ain't easy here being a small business owner in the U.S. right now. It's not easy. A lot of red tape, a lot of just ridiculous taxation. It's frustrating, in my opinion. If they want to get the labor market utilized, give me a reason to hire some more people. But instead of hiring one full-time employee right now, I'm hiring 3 and paying them half as much as I would. I would love to hire more. Janet, do you hear me, Janet? Come on, yelling. Give me some reason to be excited about that job market. All right. So we know we got great GDP, a dovish FOMC today, earnings season. How about Twitter? Holy Christmas. A 20% jump in Twitter last night, right? That sent the NASDAQ back up to new highs. What a crazy earnings season it has been. I mean, literally a crazy earnings season. We talked about earnings season in last night's newsletter. If you don't know about earnings season, go back and watch it. All right. Also, contract rollover here on gold. Now, I was expecting it to be tomorrow, but remember what I said. What we look at is the volume, and this morning, the volume had jumped from the 814, skipped the 1014 to the 1214. Now, without going into too much detail, I talked about this today in our trade room. Gold has a weird rollover schedule, all right? Briefly here, we're going to go 0814, 1014, 1214. What happens is we only get the 1014 every 72 months, all right? Every 72 months. I think the last time we saw the 1014 was 2 years ago. So it's going to be a few more years until we see the 1014. So we jumped from the 814 to the 1214. Where could you learn that? Well, you could be in my trade room with me and I'll tell you it. You could also go to the contract specifications, right, from the exchange website, right? And the exchange, of course, would be the CME group, of course, with the NYMEX, all right, on gold. You could also call your broker, right? Your friendly broker, your neighborhood broker would definitely know that information as well, right? So easy to find the information. But if you're wondering why the 1014 was really quiet today, it was because nobody was there. If you were trading the 1014 today, it's kind of like going to school on a Saturday morning, right? Without your pants. I'm just kidding with you. Remember that reoccurring dream, right? You know, you show up to school and yeah. Was that just me? Again, wrong newsletter, JJ. That's the other YouTube channel. I'm kidding with you. Very little news today from the Middle East. We really didn't have a lot of new information coming out of the Middle East. And really we now shift our focus over to Friday's non-farm payrolls. We got non-farm payrolls coming on Friday. We've got end of the month tomorrow. So boy, winter on crude, GDP, FOMC, earnings season, gold rollover, non-farm payrolls on Friday, end of the month tomorrow. Whew, I'm exhausted just talking about it. Can't believe all that stuff happened today. Like I said, it would be easier to say what didn't happen today. What didn't happen today, we didn't hear much new information from Putin, right? He kept his shirt on today, so nothing new out of the Middle East here today as far as I heard. Now, on to the charts. Looking at the gold, again, 1214 contract on gold, and this is really not what I want to see. You can see we're just below that 1300. Boy, you know we've got some big question marks right now when the FOMC comes out. Remember, we can use this gold as a good finger on the pulse, thermometer in the mouth, right? Bananas in cream cheese, whatever analogy you want to use on that. Okay, so 1300 big round number. Wait, we're still here? Wait. FOMC today, we're still here? Why? Why are we still here? Usually after FOMC, this thing looks like this, right? It's usually bonkers. Remember, finger on the pulse of the fear factor, right? Gold sitting right at 1300. Clearly this FOMC report did not surprise anyone, right? So a lot of balance right now in gold. We got buy zones below. We got sell zones above, all right? Right in the middle. This right away here tells me we are definitely balanced on gold. And when I say balanced on gold, it typically means people are waiting for something. There's something coming here on gold, guys. There's something coming down the pipe. Can't tell you what it is just yet, but we're sitting here balanced like that, like this after FOMC. After FOMC, are you kidding me? Yeah. Something's up. Moving forward here, on the 32, we talked about being bearish here on gold earlier on this week. We run up, we sold short. Everything was going great here until today. We kept making these lower lows here, but now we're starting to get a bit of consolidation here, as you can see. I've got a final target down bottom here. I got 87.5, I got 85.1, I got 1280.9. I got out of my long-term positions here on gold at 10:30 this morning, just as I told you guys last night, right? We hadn't seen much as far as lower lows go, so we were waiting on FOMC. Right now, though, you can see I've got targets below. We're still bearish, right? We're still bearish. We got red clouds or below the key moving averages. But the reality is, though, as far as entering into new positions right now, be very, very careful because now things have changed. Now we know about the FOMC announcement. Now traders are hip to the game here now. Before, we were going lower, coming up, right, and heading lower. Now we got to be a little bit careful here on gold, especially as we go into Friday's non-farm payrolls. This is definitely a sign of things to come here going into non-farm payroll on Friday, and you can kind of see here by drawing in that little trend line there, we got some wedging going on here. All right. Definitely still bearish. I'll err on the side of the sell side right now on gold. But again, targets down bottom, 87.5, 85.1, 80.9, 73.3. I've got sell zones overhead here on gold still. So we're still bearish on gold. But right now we are stuck in the mud here on that funny yellow metal. Here's that last 16 anchor chart. And don't forget, guys, I've got some bonus charts here for gold for you. I redid all the charts because we now are trading the 1214 contract. So do yourself a favor and download today's charts because I've got some good bonus charts in there for you. So we've been short on gold all week, right? We called the short last night from 1301. That made you money. We're still trading lower, but we're right within striking distance of this 1300 big round number. Long term is bearish, but short term now we can definitely start seeing consolidation, right? This is when we hear the background music, right? The wah, 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 right? And now the record kind of skips. Okay, now we got to go back to the drawing board here. We clearly aren't as bearish as we were this time yesterday. We've got some higher lows. We've got some lower highs. And so really, until we get some new highs or some new lows, until we get below this 1287.5, right now we have to be aware that we are consolidating. What that means is with that overall bearish trend, it means that my consolidation, I'm looking to sell these highs, 1300.6, 1301.6. Those are going to be easy sell zones here for us as we consolidate. Right now on gold, stay the heck away from the middle of these ranges, buy those lows, sell those highs, and really for the most part, over the next 48 hours, gold will most likely be a bit of a challenge until we see a higher high or a lower low here. All right. Once I get a higher high, say above this 1303, a lower low, at least below this 1291, but I'm going to shoot for that 1287.5. If we don't get a higher high or a lower low, we will be consolidated, range bound, which means stay the heck away from the middle, buy those lows, sell those highs. And if you're a member of mine, when I say the word wedge or consolidation, you should be thinking about a very specific ratio right now. All right, members? Don't forget, come out and see me tomorrow in the trade room. I'll give you real-time updates on what I'm seeing right now. I'll give it to you real-time tomorrow morning. We'll give you guys those live trade calls in our trade room. All right, consolidating here on gold. I'm looking for shorts right now still, which means I'm selling the highs before I buy the lows, and I'm staying the heck out of the way in the middle. Beware, though, on gold here rest of the week, you gold traders out there. Beware here going into the end of the month, and we got non-farm payrolls. Trade carefully out there. Moving on now from the funny yellow metal over here to the mighty mini Russell, one of my favorite markets right now. But boy, is this thing taking a beating right now. All right, this thing is taking a beating. We've got us right in the middle of the range. You can see on the Russell right now. Very sloppy price action on the anchor charts, trading right in the middle of that monthly range. You can see here we got that 1210 all-time high. We got the recent 1062.8 at the low, and we are right in that middle, right in the middle. This should tell you right off the bat here, this has potential to be a train wreck. All right, it really does. You're stuck between the two moving averages. You got long-term moving average, short-term moving average, and we're sitting here like a car on the 405 freeway here in Los Angeles at rush hour, right? Just not going anywhere fast. Now, that's a daily chart, so obviously that shows you the big picture, so you can see kind of what's causing this slop and chop here on the Rusty. What I want to show you, though, here is moving forward. Oh, and don't forget, zoom all the way out, add a few more months of data to this chart. I got some bonus charts for you guys, so you can see the entire picture here on the Russell, but not looking good. Not looking good here right now. I was amazed. I wake up this morning. Of course, I'm here in Los Angeles in the U.S. So I wake up this morning for the U.S. morning session. I look at my chart and I go, what, am I broken here? Right? Did we have a little Zenfire issue again? Right? Did I lose data again? Oh, that was a bad joke. That just ripped open the Zenfire wounds, didn't it, guys? I'm sorry. I'm gonna go get the. I'll move on. But thought my charts were broken. We literally were the same place this morning as we were last night. And if you remember what I said last night, if we were still hanging around this 1140 area, we were going to be sideways, range bound into non-farm or into FOMC. I'll tell you, the biggest reaction we got today was from that darn GDP report. They were expecting 3%, they got 4%, and that's huge for the E-minis. So we have some positive news, but this thing is really struggling right now. It needs to find a direction. I'm stuck between the long-term and the short-term moving averages. I'm in the middle area. You know, you can draw this channel, this trend line here off the highs. Draw that trend off the highs, draw it off the lows, and we are, as you can see, right smack in the middle. Right in the middle of that range. So this leads me to believe here that we are going to be experiencing some sloppy price action until we can get out of this area here, right? I want to get back to days like this on the left-hand side, right? We're making new lower lows. We're getting lower highs, right? We're below all the key moving averages. We talk about this all day long in our trade room. When you open up your charts and you see the higher highs or lower lows, we're above or below all the key moving averages, you can clearly tell who's in control. Now you want to be allocating risk capital. When you see this is when professional traders trade smaller size, right? They'll be more conservative because we know this is not where the easy money will be made right now. You want to see easy money? Go back and watch last night's newsletter for Crude. That was easy money. This is not going to be easy money. Okay? This is not going to be the so-called low-hanging fruit right now. It's not going to be. I wish I was wrong. I hope this changes soon, but this is the scenario you see right now. So right now, the easy money, the smart money, is going to be buying at this low, selling at this high, right? That's what the smart money be trading right now. As you can see, though, right now, we are literally right in that middle, and it's a very difficult spot to be trading. So stay patient. Now, with that said, now that you know the extremes, right? You know my sell zones above, you know my buy zones below, right? So now you know where the big areas are going to be, right? Price goes lower, I'm going to buy it. Price goes higher, I'm going to sell it. Let's take a look at, because just at first glance right now, we are getting some short-term higher highs. We are seeing this bullishness, right? I'm not going to say where the bulls are in charge just yet, but we're definitely seeing a bullish kind of a whiff of the bulls, if you will, right? The Eau de Bull. Is that even, yeah, that's pretty good fragrance. I'll have to call Calvin Klein, let him know I got a new idea for his next fragrance, right? The Eau de Bull. 16 JJ bar here, my anchor chart. Now we're starting to see a little bit more clarity here, I should say, right? Now we can see, okay, we got the higher highs, right? We've got the higher lows. Still not looking that pretty, but you can see, though, in the last few hours, we happen to poke our heads above all the key moving averages. We got a green cloud. Again, difficult to say it's going to be easy money here, but I'm telling you right now, this does not look bearish. It looks more bullish than anything else. Higher highs, higher lows, above all the key moving averages. That means, guys and gals, you get the green light right now to be buying. I've got targets overhead at 46.8. 52.1, 54.2, and then this lonely guy up here, 1160.8. If we happen to get up there later on in the process, don't forget to use the high of that channel, right? And then remember, it's really challenging to keep buying the highs of a bull channel. Now, look at how this lines up, all right? This 54.2, this is why I love being a trader. This is why I love this business. We had a hard time seeing, think about this for a second. Look back on the 32 anchor. On the 32 anchor, what do you see? Right there, right? 54.2. That's the high, right, of that wedge. So is it difficult to expect this, right? Price goes up, and then we'll sell it back there. So now you can see easily buying opportunities on the way up, and then sell it at the high. So 54.2 looks like a very easy target here if these buyers have the big boy pants on, so to speak, right? If they get the cojones to keep pushing this thing higher here. We get a great start today from the GDP. We get a little bit of concern out of that ADP number today. It was a disappointing ADP number at 8:15 this morning, which is kind of a leading indication of Friday's non-farm payrolls. But hopefully we'll be pleasantly surprised with Friday's non-farm payrolls, and we'll get into the jump here. Bottom line, though, bullish here on Russell. I do have two buy zones waiting for me here below, right? So if we do happen to go lower before we go higher, I will look to buy those areas there. But right now, though, all I need here is some buy patterns. I've got targets overhead here. And then remember, I'm looking to take all my profit off here around that 54.2, and we'll look to sell it short, which conveniently puts us right at the high, right, of that bull channel. So now you know the plan. Not the low-hanging fruit on the Russell right now, but we definitely have a short-term trend that is bullish, long-term trend that is consolidating. You know the plan. If you need more information on this, you know where to reach me. I'll be in my trade room tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Last but not least, the big hero of the session today, the good old black gold, the Texas Tea, the crude oil futures. Remember, we're going to be rolling over on that next month here on crude. We've already passed the monthly rollover on crude, so no worries about crude rollover until next month, August 18th. As you can see here, we have tumbled below that $100 a barrel, just like I said last night. We've seemed to settle in here now at the BMT, the 200 moving average, just about 99.50. That's to be expected. That is definitely to be expected. Crude oil had a very, very big move lower here. And as you can see, we're sitting right on top of significant support right now. Didn't seem to affect us going lower. A couple key levels I want you guys to notice here. First of all, 98.03. That was that low from 2 weeks ago, right? Right before this whole crisis, right, came together with that passenger airliner. And so 98.03 is a very psychological level for us right now, right? 98.03, a very psychological level. You can see those sellers just dipped their toe in the water, and then it was interrupted by the news, right, coming out of the Middle East. 98.03, 97.09, those are big, big numbers for us right now for you crude traders. Just be aware, though, there will be some profit taking here overnight at this 99.37, 99.50 area. So we got to have a plan for this first. What's my plan here on crude? Doesn't this chart look great? Just looks great, doesn't it? This is what I wish the Russell chart would look like, right? This is what I wish we saw on the other markets right now. Right? Why can't you be more like crude, Russell? So we have the lower lows, right? We have the lower highs. Is there any question at all who's in control right now? Hell no. Sellers are in complete control. But we may get some price rising here, right? Today was great. Today was great. I always love it when people say, but we're going higher here. And I say, don't you worry, we're get ready, and bam, right? So this morning, we're watching crude go higher, watching it go higher, and then all of a sudden, wham, right? Smacked around, and it tumbles just before lunchtime. And it was amazing because last night, my exact words were, I'll bet we get to $100 a barrel by the 2 o'clock FOMC. It was like 1:45. It was like 1:50 this afternoon when we hit that 100. Incredible. Almost as if they were listening. Wait, were they listening to me? That would explain a lot, actually. Huh. You know, they make those little bugs these days. You can put them in anything these days. Huh. Maybe they were listening to me. I'm having some fun with you. But you know what I always say, right? I swear my office is bugged because right when I get out of those trades on crude, They dump on me sometimes, right? Gotta love crude. What's my plan here on crude? Well, we want to sell, right? Clearly want to sell. But where are we right now, right? We can't sell right now, all right? You sell right now, they're going to lock you up, throw away the key, and put you where you can't hurt yourself anymore, right? They're going to put you in one of those padded cells, okay? You can't sell right now, right? I got to sell it at a discount? No, sell it at a premium. I want to wait now for price to go up and then sell short, right? But, of course, what do I know? It's not like I called this thing 24 hours. Yeah, right? I mean, what do I know? I'm just a lonely old day trader here on YouTube, right? You can't believe everything you see on YouTube. Go back and watch last night's newsletter. You see exactly what we talked about last night. So right now, bearish. The only real concern I have right now is this $100 a barrel, all right? Now, $100 a barrel is great when you're using it as a target. But then if we start getting it to be stingy here and stuck in the mud here, it may really make for a real challenging rest of the week here. That's the only thing I'm worried about right now on crude. I want to be a seller, but I want to sell at a premium. I don't want to sell here. By the way, that target was there last night. Yeah, right? That was there last night. I know. It doesn't get much easier than that. So we have sell zones here, 137, 171, 101.13, 101.38. I've also got the top of this channel, all right? Pick your spots, though. The only thing I'm worried about here is if we do get up into this area and we come down, do we stick at that 100, right? That's the only thing I'm going to be watching closely here for tomorrow. Do not be surprised if we spend the rest of the week until we hear from non-farm payrolls stuck around 100. I hope I'm not right, but I have a funny feeling that might be the case. Remember, we have the two biggest news events we ever see all in 1 week. We've got FOMC today, non-farms on Friday. It gives me chills just thinking about it, right? We may be stuck in the mud here at 100. I hope I'm wrong, but if we do get stuck, you know what the deal is. Use that 100 as a magnet for your profit targets, but I got to wait for that, though. As of right now, though, I have no reason to believe we're going to be consolidating yet. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting for price to get up so I can sell it short. Where are my targets? Targets here are going to be still 99.19, 98.65, 98.87, 98.12. I think it was what? Was it 98.03? Yeah, I think it was 98.03, I think was the level here, right? That was that level from a few weeks ago. Right, from the middle of what was it? Middle of July. Right, I keep forgetting when that passenger airline news came out. It was what, last Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago. I can't recall exactly what it was. But bottom line though is 98.03 was that low, so that's where you can expect to see price go to here. And then just for giggles, 97.30 here on the way down. Don't forget, I got some extra bonus charts here for you guys, showing you the bigger picture on crude right now in case you're interested. That's my plan here on crude, looking to sell short. But if you'd like to see some more information, I got some more levels for you here, moving forward here on crude. Now, what I did was, these are the two sell zones from the 32 anchor. And then these little guys here, these are the more aggressive sell zones, right? The 114 and the 99.93. So as we go higher here, you know the story. As we go higher here, I'm looking for a price to reverse, right, and go lower. I'll sell that 99.93, 99.90. I've got my 99.79. I've also got another one up top here, right? We got the 114. Again, these two areas are going to be minor. Okay, the easy sells are going to be at that 142, at that 101.13. All right, I don't see it going all the way back to 101.13 tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. It doesn't really matter. Okay, nobody cares. All we care about is that eventually one of these levels is going to reverse. I don't know which one's going to be. Neither do you. Nobody does. But I do know one thing's for sure. Once I get into that area, once I start seeing it collapse, that's when I go looking for my entry patterns. At School of Trade, we talk about the 3 steps to success. What are those 3 steps? 1, trend. 2, setup. 3, entry pattern. That will ensure that I'm not only on the right side of the trend, but I've got my timing correct and I've got my risk correct, right? That's what it does. The trend tells me direction. The setup tells me timing. The entry pattern allows me to manage my risk. And if this is the first time you've ever heard the word risk on a YouTube video, guys, you got to come out and join me as a student. All right, stop throwing your money out the window. Stop wasting your career away. Get properly trained by a professional. What are you waiting for? The call we made last night earned over $2,000 per contract. 3 contracts, you just bought my lifetime membership. Capiche? Right? You get it? Right? You don't need a calculator for this. This is easy. Okay? Manage the risk. Be careful. If you don't know your risk, why are you trading? All right? You're gambling that way. That's the difference between gamblers and day traders. Gamblers can't manage risk. All right? We can't. Unless you own the casino, you can't manage the risk. We can only control the risk as day traders. So we know we have our sell zones overhead. The first 2 are going to be the minor zones, right? The next 2 are going to be the major zones. They come off the 32. All right, guys? Be aware. And then we have targets here below. I've got 98.92, 98.28, and again, that 98.03. Keep an eye on it. Use those 32 anchors. All right. So we know exactly what happened today, right? Gold drops, crude drops, Russell pushes higher. How about tomorrow's schedule, right? Take a look here now. We got a bunch of news on the calendar for tomorrow. Don't forget, though, all eyes and ears now are going to be focused here on Friday's non-farm payrolls, 8:30 a.m. It's going to sound like a broken record for the next 24 hours. You're going to hear a lot of analysts talking about Friday's non-farm payroll report. All right, it's a very big news report. Starting tomorrow morning, though, we have a ton of news from the calendar. If you're a London-based trader or an Asian-based trader, you have a plethora of opportunities here waiting for you guys. Starting at 2 a.m. from Germany, 2:45 from France, 350 from Germany, right? We've got the Italian CPI. We've got the flash CPI from the ECB at 5 a.m. Big news, though, tomorrow morning will be at 5 a.m., right? From our basically our flash CPI, our flash manufacturing at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Be aware of that. We'll then move down here in the U.S. I know, right? The list keeps going here. The list keeps going. We've got 5 a.m. That's our big news out of Europe. We then jump down here to the U.S. session at 8:30 tomorrow morning. I've got 8:30 a.m. jobless claims. I've got ECI, employment costs. I've got a small news report here, even though it is a Red Star news. It's GDP out of Canada. Remember to think crude oil, natural gas. Think natural resources whenever you see news from Russia, Canada, anywhere in South America, New Zealand, Australia, right? Anywhere they have a huge natural resource industry. And of course, we got the PMI at 945. So big news tomorrow is going to be at 5 a.m. in Europe, 8:30 a.m. in the U.S. We get a little tiny one here at 945 in the U.S. from Chicago PMI. If you're a natty gas trader, you've got inventories tomorrow at 10:30. You know that. And then we get a ton of news tomorrow night. Our good friends in China, Japan, right, and down under. Down in Australia. All right, guys? So big news day tomorrow, 5 a.m. Red Star News, 8:30 a.m. Red Star News, and then, of course, tomorrow night, we'll come back and talk more about that on tomorrow night's newsletter. Whew! I need a breather here, maybe a smoke and a pancake, and we'll come back and do it all again tomorrow. What a fantastic session we had today. Making money in the trade room this morning, making money on the way down here this afternoon. Hope you guys had a fantastic day as well. Before I let you guys go, don't forget to download today's bonus charts off the blog and head on over here to SchoolOfTrade.com. Join our free trial. You'll learn more in that free trial in a matter of hours than you will paying some other poor fool on YouTube thousands of dollars. I can guarantee you that right now. We celebrated our 10-year anniversary. We're the longest running trading education website on the web. Clearly, we're doing something right by our clients. We offer 3 levels of membership. You can learn more about that on our website, or you can always get us with live support. I've got someone standing by here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I promise you they speak English. I promise you they're better than level 2 than at Dell Tech Support, and they'll be happy to answer your questions. Guys and gals, my name is Joseph James. Thank you so much for being on the newsletter tonight. Don't forget, share this with a friend. Join our free trial. We'll see you guys in the trade room tomorrow morning. And guys, as always, remember to learn this stuff so you can earn with this stuff. We'll see you guys tomorrow as a new student with School of Trade, broadcasting here live from our corporate headquarters here in Los Angeles, California. A beautiful July afternoon here in LA. Hope you guys had a great day. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.